Brother, what I'm about to reveal is going to make women furious. This is the dark psychology behind attraction that they use instinctively but will never admit consciously. Once you understand these mechanisms, the entire game changes because you'll see what's actually happening beneath the surface. These aren't theories. These are documented psychological principles that govern attraction, whether anyone wants to admit them or not. Women don't want you knowing this because knowledge equalizes power. Right now, you're operating blind while they're using these mechanisms automatically. I'm pulling back the curtain completely. 5 dark psychological truths about attraction that explain why nice guys finish last, why toxic relationships are addictive, and why everything you've been taught is backwards. Let's go. Truth 1. Women are more attracted to anxiety than comfort. Here's the first dark truth. Women are biologically more attracted to men who trigger mild anxiety and uncertainty than men who make them feel completely safe and secure. This sounds insane. Society tells you women want safety and security. That's what they say, but watch their actual behavior and you'll see a pattern that contradicts every word. The psychology is simple. Human brains are wired to pay attention to threats and uncertainty. When everything is predictable and safe, your brain relaxes and stops engaging. But when there's uncertainty, your nervous system stays activated, monitoring constantly, trying to resolve the unknown. This creates anxious arousal that the brain often misinterprets as attraction. When a woman feels completely certain about you, her brain stops engaging. You're categorized, understood, predictable. But when there's mild uncertainty about where she stands with you, her brain stays activated trying to dark psychology. Principle number 1, scarcity creates value, resolve that uncertainty, and that. Activation gets interpreted as attraction. This is why the nice guy who's always available and predictable loses to the guy who's sometimes interested, sometimes distant. The first creates certainty and comfort. The second creates anxiety, and anxiety paradoxically creates attraction. You don't need to be toxic. You just need to maintain enough unpredictability that she never becomes completely certain. Variable response times, unpredictable availability, validation that isn't automatic. This keeps her nervous system engaged rather than relaxed and bored. Truth 2. Emotional pain creates stronger bonds than pleasure. Second dark truth. Emotional pain and difficulty create stronger emotional bonds than consistent positive experiences. This is why toxic relationships are so addictive. The psychology is trauma bonding. When someone causes you pain, then provides relief, your brain bonds to them more intensely than to someone who just treats you well consistently. The contrast between pain and relief creates powerful neurological connections. This is why women often can't leave toxic men even when they know they should. The cycle of pain and occasional good treatment creates addiction stronger than consistent kindness ever could. Their brain is hooked on the relief that follows pain. Women don't want you knowing this because it explains their own behavior patterns they can't rationalize. Why they stay with men who treat them terribly. Why they leave men who treat them well. The pain relief cycle is more addictive than steady positive treatment. You don't have to be abusive to leverage this understanding. But understanding that difficulty and challenge create deeper bonds than ease explains why being too accommodating kills attraction. Some resistance, some challenge, some difficulty makes the positive moments more valuable. Truth 3. Women use men for resources while pursuing others for genetics. Third dark truth. Women's mating strategy often involves extracting resources from one man while pursuing physical intimacy with genetically superior men. This is called the dual mating strategy, and it's evolutionary hardwired. The psychology women are biologically programmed to secure resources for offspring survival while also pursuing the best genetics. Ideally, these come from the same man, but when they don't, women unconsciously pursue both strategies simultaneously. This manifests as keeping reliable provider men available while being sexually attracted to men with genetic markers like physical dominance, height, facial symmetry. The provider gets commitment. The genetically superior male gets passion. Women don't want you knowing this because it reveals their attraction and commitment aren't always going to the same person. The man she, why availability, kills attraction. Instantly marries might not be the man she's most attracted to. He might be the stable option after the exciting options didn't commit. Understanding this explains why some relationships lack passion despite commitment. She's with you for security, while still attracted to the type of man who wouldn't commit. You're the safe choice, not the exciting one. The solution isn't just being a provider or just being genetically attractive, it's being the rare man who offers both resources and stability combined with masculine traits that trigger primal attraction. When you're both, you get her genuine desire and commitment. Truth 4. Social proof matters more than your actual qualities. Fourth, dark truth. Women's attraction to you is more influenced by other people's perception of you than by your actual qualities. Social proof overrides direct assessment. The psychology. Women are biologically wired to be more attracted to men that other women want. This is pre-selection. It's an evolutionary shortcut. Instead of evaluating every male individually, women look at which men other women are choosing and use that as value indicator. This is why having female friends, being seen with attractive women, and displaying evidence that other women find you desirable makes you more attractive. Women are essentially copying each other's mate choices. It's also why rejection from women makes you less attractive to other women. They see you as rejected, which signals lower value. But being chosen by women makes you more attractive to others. They see you as selected, which signals higher value. Women don't want you knowing this because it reveals their attraction isn't based purely on individual assessment. They're heavily influenced by what other women think about you. If other women want you, you become more desirable. If other women reject you, you become less desirable regardless of your actual qualities. The implication, displaying social proof, is critical. Being seen with female friends, having women in your social circle who clearly enjoy your company, creating situations where women witness other women responding positively to you. This triggers pre-selection and makes you more attractive than your qualities alone would. Truth 5. Investment creates attachment more than compatibility. Fifth dark truth, women become attached based on how much they've invested in you, not how compatible you actually are or how well you treat them. Investment creates attachment through a psychological principle called justification of effort, the psychology. When someone invests significant time, effort, or emotion into something, their brain needs to justify that investment. So, it increases the perceived value of what they invested in. The more she's invested in you, the more valuable you become to her psychologically, regardless of your actual worth. This is why women who chase men become more attached than women who are chased. The effort they put into pursuing creates psychological investment that makes you more valuable to them. Conversely, when you do all the chasing and investing, she has no investment to justify. Women don't want you knowing these mechanisms because knowledge is power. When you understand what's actually driving attraction beneath the stated preferences, you can make strategic choices instead of blindly following advice that doesn't work. This isn't about manipulation. This is about understanding reality so you can navigate it effectively. Use this knowledge ethically. Become the rare man who triggers genuine attraction through understanding rather than stumbling blindly. If this opened your eyes to the dark psychology operating beneath surface-level dating advice, subscribe. I'm revealing the uncomfortable truths about attraction that nobody else will tell you. Hit subscribe so you get the knowledge that actually works, instead of the comfortable lies that keep you failing.